this video comes out, Christmas season will be done, the new year will have arrived, and yes, I hope everyone's doing well. And today I am just gonna go ahead and kind of update everyone on how homeschool is going for us. So I am joining in a collaboration hosted by Valerie at our Homeschool Castle, and there are a bunch of other homeschool mamas that will be posting videos as well. So check out the playlist down below. I'll link it, and there'll also be playlists along the side, so you can go through and you can watch, and I'm excited to watch. A lot of them have great things going on in their homeschool. And yeah, so today I'm just going to share a little bit of an update about how our school is going so far, our school year, if we're planning on changing anything, if we have changed anything. So I have gone back and I watched our family curriculum videos that I've posted way back at the beginning of the year. So I posted a group study video, a first grade video, and a third grade video. So if you'd like to watch them first, I'll link them down below. If not, I'm pretty much going to go through everything again today and kind of recap. I don't think we've taken anything out, but as we go along, I'll update that. I do also have some notes, so I'm hoping this doesn't get too long. If it does, I might need to break it up a little, but I'm going to try to move fast. If I miss anything, or if anybody has any questions about anything that we use, please don't hesitate to ask. I try to answer every single comment, and I am happy to help if anybody has any questions about anything that we're using. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching my video if you've clicked on mine. First of all, my name is Erin. I am a homeschool stay-at-home mom of 3 kiddos, 2 of them being school age. The youngest is 3, so she just does things here and there with us, but nothing strict. My oldest is 9, and he is in 3rd grade, and my middle is in 1st grade, and that is Zoe. My oldest is Easton, and then Zoe, and my youngest is Eden. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So our first thing we like to start off the morning with, I try really hard to do this every morning, is to start off with our family devotional. So we are still going through this, and this has been really great for us. We are on week 15, and each day has a different little, you just follow the lines across for each day. So there's 5 days, so you should be able to hit one each day if you do a full five-day school week. If you don't, you can always just combine 2 of the days or skip over. It doesn't really mess anything up if you need to combine or skip. I have done that a few times on weeks that we've had like a half day or like a medical appointment we took off or something like that. And then each week also has a scripture verse. So you can practice this, memorizing this as a family, or you can just go over it each week. So I did something fun. This has been fun for the kiddos. Each week I just go into Canva and I create the scripture verse, and I just put a little like coloring image at the bottom, and then I used a font that they could color in. So this gives them something to kind of like color on as we're discussing the lesson. They don't do this every day, and the girls seem to enjoy it a little bit more than Easton, but it still gives them something to do while we're talking if they have a little bit trouble sitting still. And these only take about 10 minutes. It's a good length of time and a good way to start the morning off. So next up, our morning read alouds. I think I had mentioned in our group study video that we were gonna try to read picture books or something that goes along with our lessons in the morning. And some days we do, some days we honestly have not, because our days have ended up being pretty full. So we have some other readings going on. We've had a lot of reading throughout our history, and Easton also goes through a separate reader, which we do usually together as a family, which I'll go over that in a little bit. So we haven't done a ton of that. I think we started off strong with that in the beginning of the year, and as things have gone along, that's kind of fallen a little bit to the back burner. So as far as Spanish, we again have taken a little bit of a break from this since Thanksgiving. We have gone through each of these cards, all of these that are outside of the box, and we have some more on the inside of the box to get through. We do about 5 a week, and we add in, the kids enjoy this. They pick up the words really easy, and this is just a simple intro to Spanish, nothing crazy. We have not done anything with this yet. They also sometimes will just do YouTube learning Spanish videos, and they'll just sit and they'll watch through those videos too if we don't have time to go through the cards. They seem to enjoy that as well. And then for biology, we do Easy Peasy Biology. So these are the workbooks. And then the lesson plans are online, so I go on the computer and go through them each day. We are currently on lesson 64, and this is going well. We're learning about cells. And again, this is, we're entering our Christmas break right now, so by the time this video comes out, we'll probably be a little further along. But as of right now, when I'm filming this video, we are on lesson 64. And there's 180 lessons in Easy Peasy's curriculum. So we're on a good time frame there. What's next? Early American history, we also do through Easy Peasy. And we are on lesson 70. So here's the printable book that I purchased for one of them. And then I also have, I don't know if you've watched my group curriculum video, but I had printed off everything from the computer because this is an online course and I wanted to try to use this more offline. And to be honest with you, I end up jumping online to read through the lesson plans more than I reference this. So if I could go back, I probably would not take the time to reprint all of that out again because it did take a lot of time. So yep, these are some of we're making a lap book right now, and these are some of the printouts that go with each lesson. And we are currently on, don't know if I mentioned this or not, lesson 70 in Early American History. We are really enjoying this. We have learned a lot. We use level 1 through 4 because of the ages of my children. The way Easy Peasy is set up, you choose level 1 through 4 or 5 through 8, depending on where your children are at as far as ages. So let me just really quick mention, I do sometimes know that a lot of the information is a bit much and a bit heavy for Zoe, my first grader. So she sits through the lessons and she listens, but a lot of times after the lesson when I go to recap, she doesn't know how to explain what we just learned. So it's great for my third grader. He really, really enjoys history and he's been learning a lot. So what I did for Zoe was I went ahead and purchased a bunch of these picture books. I think they're all by David Adler, I think, or there's one here that's not. Anyway, so I just recap these with her so I know that she's at least learning about and understanding the main people and the main idea of the portion that we're learning about. And I have to remind myself that this is not the first time that she is going to learn these things. We will continue over the years to expand on these things with her. So I need to give her a little bit of grace and give myself a little bit of grace and realize that she is not going to know all of this 100% the first time she's ever learned it. And that is completely okay. So just purchased a couple of these about the main people that this is the Declaration of Independence, the main people that we are learning about at the time. So we'll read those together as a family. And then I also mentioned that once a week through Easy Peasy, we do the exercise and nutrition through Easy Peasy. That falls on once a week. We do art through Easy Peasy, Early American History, which is also once a week. And we also do a couple of other things as far as art goes. We do some drawing lessons and some different things throughout the week to make that fun. And then music is also through Easy Peasy, Early American History. And then I also mentioned that we were going to subscribe to Skillshare, which we have done. Easton actually does his piano lessons through Skillshare. I was in the beginning also having Zoe go through the same piano lessons, but she wasn't understanding the lessons. So what I did for her, because she still did want to learn piano, is I went ahead and purchased these books for her. It's Progressive Piano Method for Young Beginners, and she's just on book 1, and it's a pretty simple, easy introduction, and she is doing really, really good with these. And we just do a little bit here and there throughout the week. Usually we try to do this 3 days a week, and then this is just the supplementary songbook book that goes along with this. Okay, and I believe that's all for our group studies. Let me go ahead and jump into first grade, which would be Zoe. So let me gather all her things and then we'll go ahead through hers. Okay, so up next we have first grade update, which is Zoe. And we each day go through this together. It falls on a different one each day, and we are currently on Elijah in the Wilderness. So we've gotten about this far this year, and she does really enjoy this. Also, sometimes for my son and my daughter, if we have something going on in the day, or if they need to go to work with my husband for because I have a medical appointment that's happened a few times this year with Eden, that I need to go with Eden, they go with my husband to work, and for them to be independent on their own, they will watch a Superbook episode. They really enjoy those. So we don't do those a ton, but here and there they also watch a Superbook episode, and then we just recap and discuss it when I'm back together with them. But typically I read a story in here a day with Zoe for her Bible lesson. And then I had also mentioned before that I bought her a gratitude journal, and we honestly have not done much. I think the first day or two of school, there's 2 pages done in here. So again, this is something that's fallen to the back burner, and really not for any other reason except for time. It's a really cute book. She enjoys it. But again, it's just probably not taken priority. So that's that. She is going through typing 1 through the good and the beautiful. She is on lesson 31. We do this twice a week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And she does like me to help her with these. So if you look here at the words, I do actually sit with her and help her work through those a little bit. So she will probably end up repeating this again next year. So she does good with it, but she just needs a little bit of coaxing and a little bit of encouragement along the way. For math, we use Easy Peasy Math 1. This is the workbook. There's also parent guides that go with Easy Peasy Math offline. I didn't bring those up with me, but she's currently on lesson 60, and she does really, really well with math. And we also supplement sometimes, again, if I'm not able to be with them in the morning and they're with my husband. Math seeds and reading eggs we also use as well. So if she does math seeds, we typically do not also do this. We usually do one or the other. Math seeds usually is about once a week or none, but she really enjoys it and she does really, really well with math seeds. For language arts, we also use Easy Peasy, and it's going well. And she is on lesson 58, just reviewing ABC, alphabetical order. Yeah, she's doing well with this. Some of it she has needed a little bit of explaining since she's still learning to read independently. Easy Peasy's philosophy, her reading philosophy is pretty strong. So Zoe's still learning a lot of reading independently on her own. So she does need me a good bit to guide her through this, which is completely fine. She does well with it. She just likes me to help her a good bit with this.
Were you talking about me?
You want to say okay?
Sure.
Okay, just over here. And then let's see, for her reading, this is going really, really well. So we use Learning to Read through Christian Light, and we were I was very, very excited to start this. It's going really well. She is learning a lot, and we just started the second Teacher's Guide, which is the second half of the reading program. So she has completed, with Learning to Read, you get light units. So there's 10 of these, and she just started the 6th one. So she is cruising along. It's going really well. Some days the lessons are pretty long. So some days we do end up cutting it in half if I can tell that she's just kind of maxed out and she's had enough and she's just not enjoying it anymore. And we do sometimes end it a little bit early and we cut it in half and we finish the next half the next day.
This is my favorite part about school.
That's your favorite part about school. So she is on book number 2 that comes along, The Reader, with, one second, honey.
Please,
She's on book number 2, The Reader, that comes with that goes along with the learning to read. These are purchased separately. And then we also use the phrase flashcards, the letter flashcards, and the word flashcards. And we typically go through the word and phrase flashcards every day as well with the lessons. Girls, 1 second, please. And then I also mentioned that I had purchased extra handwriting books for Easton and Zoe. And again, I think we maybe did 1 page in here. I had mentioned, and actually, I don't think she's done any. So yeah, we have not been using this because there is a lot of handwriting in with the language arts and with her reading lessons. So we have not used this at all. And mainly because I haven't felt like we've needed it. And then the last thing I wanted to mention for her was this book got brought up in her curriculum video, and I had purchased this mainly to use in case she didn't sit through the biology lesson with us, but we do biology as a family, so we honestly haven't used this a lot. I think we've read maybe 1 or 2 little snippets out of here. It's a really cute book. We just haven't really needed it a ton.
And the flashcards and the other thing is one of my favorites because we like do fun stuff, and every time on the stairs we have a mattress there, so when I get one right, I jump and go to the bottom, and then when I get down there, I say another one and do that over and over again. And sometimes we roll the ball back together to ourselves, and sometimes I get points and Mommy has to pay me.
That's how we get through flashcards every day. All right, that's a good recap for first grade. Now we'll go ahead and move on to Easton and third grade. Okay, so third grade, Easton update. So he also has a gratitude journal, but again, I think he's done 3 days, which is a really cute book. We just haven't really had the time for it. Although, I must say, there have been many mornings when we should have put this at the top of our list, if you know what I mean. But I like looking back into these to see what they wrote. Name 1 special talent you have. How do you use it? Gaming. I use it for parkour. What are you thankful for on Thursday? It almost being Friday. Cute. Anyway, we haven't done a whole lot of that. He does New Testament through Easy Peasy, and he does that independently each day. He also does typing through The Good and the Beautiful. He's on typing 2, and he is, I think, a little bit further along. Yes, he's on lesson 32, so only a lesson ahead of Zoe there. And he does that independently all by himself. And then he also does Easy Peasy for math through Easy Peasy. He's on level 3, and he is on lesson 64, subtracting 3 digits. This is going well. This is the offline course, the offline workbook. Again, there's a parent guide that goes with this that I do need to reference sometimes. And we also do sometimes jump online and play the games that are included in the lesson. We like to mix it up a little, and that's the nice thing about Easy Peasy is you can use it either way. So we enjoy both ways. And he does language arts 3 through Easy Peasy, which is also going well. This is not his favorite subject, but he does okay with it. He's on lesson 64, just kind of going over nouns and verbs again and practicing his writing skills. And he uses the third reader through Easy Peasy. And we actually do this together. At the beginning of the year, he started out doing this kind of by himself, but I started jumping in to do it with him. I will mention, we did not care so much. So in the beginning of the year, there was a lot of poetry, which was great. We haven't honestly done a whole lot with poetry until this year. But then it kind of got into some of Aesop's fables, and we did go through some of them. There were a lot. And we didn't really care for them so much. He was a little bit confused with a lot of them, and maybe that's normal, and maybe we should have just pushed through. But we kind of took a break from those for a little bit, and some of them made him a little sad. So we, typically the ones where the animals die or get eaten. So anyway, we skipped ahead through a bunch of those, and now we're reading through Heidi. We are on chapter 12, and he is really loving that we read it together as a family and talk about it, and it's been really cute. I loved that movie when I was little, so we're going to read through Heidi. Once we get through it, we're going to watch the movie together. There's also a workbook that can be purchased. You don't have to purchase this to do the reader. This just gives extra practice with vocabulary, which I went ahead and got because, yeah, I just feel like vocabulary spelling can always use a little extra practice. It's a good thing to know that you'll use throughout the rest of your life. Let's see. Also purchased a handwriting book for him in addition to his language arts program, and we honestly have barely used this as well. I think he's done, yep, so he did a little bit of cursive practice way back at the beginning of the year, September 8th, I believe that was our first day of school, and that's been it. Now, yeah, actually his whole handwriting book is cursive practice. I would like to go forward and use this more because he did learn cursive last year in 2nd grade, and we haven't done a ton of it this year. So I don't want him to lose everything that he did learn last year. So going forward, I do want to incorporate a little bit more cursive practice for him. So that is one thing I would like to change, get better with moving forward. As far as everything else, I don't think there's really anything that we have honestly changed like a crazy amount or that we plan to. I don't do very well with change, so that's partly my personality. I mentally can't jump around a lot or I will get like, whew, it just, I don't do well with it. So we kind of just make work what we have, and there isn't anything that we're not enjoying, which is helpful. We just really enjoy everything that we have going on this year. Now, of course, there's days that are a little bit, you know, a little wonky, but I think that's normal for anyone, whether homeschooling or not. So those days we just kind of do what we need to do to revise and read or talk through whatever's going on and just kind of make the lesson maybe a little bit more condensed. And that's the beauty of homeschooling, is you can make it work to how your family is feeling. If someone's not feeling the best, which we have had a bit of that this year as well, a few days where not everyone has been feeling 100%, the kids and myself included. So thankfully we have been able to push through, and our school year is going really, really well. We are enjoying everything we have going on. We really enjoy Easy Peasy. We've used it for a few years now, mixed in here and there. This year we're using it a good bit. So if anybody has any further questions about anything I've mentioned or any updates that I've mentioned, please feel free to comment down below. I am happy to help any way I can. Thank you for watching the whole way through if you did. I apologize if it got a little lengthy. But yeah, again, thanks so much for being here, and I'd love to get to know you. If you want to leave a comment down below about your schooling and kind of what you choose to do. And again, check out the playlist because there's going to be a lot of really good updates going on. All right, we'll talk soon.
Hello, it's me, Eden.
Hello, Eden. How are you?
Good.
Good. Yes. You have kinetic sand on your shirt. Now it's on the floor. You silly.